I'm great. I'm happy to be here. And we have an unprecedented episode of The Pride Has Spoken happening right now. We have two guests. This is the first time we've had two guests together at once. People are probably gagged at what's happening. Like, what's going on, Evie?
Well, we have an extremely special episode because, over the last season or two, we've become more than just talking about people's past. We've become basically a breaking news outlet. We've had multiple people now come out publicly on this show, and we have a different special version of that on this episode, where we are
special.
Using this podcast as an official hard launch of, I believe, the first ever queer survivor couple. Who do we have today, Matt?
Oh, we've got the love. We've got Sabiyah and we've got Katurah.
And they're dating. And I've known about it for a while. And it's so fun to get to talk about it finally publicly. This is so exciting.
I feel like
okay. You want to tell them?
What? It's more secrets, more reveals.
I'm thinking because you wore my shirt the whole season.
Okay, well we don't. Okay, you don't tell them about
which is kind of cool, right? Like, of course,
so cool. Wait, explain that.
So
wow.
I guess I'm skipping ahead.
Yeah.
But when we think about, of course, like we're just friends at the time. Like it doesn't have really as heavy a significance as it does now. But like I was in a black long sleeve, like
iconic
thermal,
hot as
like,
hell for Fiji.
Episode 2. And I got blindsided, according to me. I mean, of course, it was obvious to everyone else after the edit, but to me, I was like, I was in my bag,
Yeah.
And I left my shirt and I left my sneakers.
Yeah.
And she wore that the rest of the season. Like,
keeping her warm.
Wow.
Out third, and it was such a shock when she was booted out. Like, obviously, no one expected her to go so early.
She did have one of the biggest reactions.
And that's the best part about it is when you watch our season. I remember the day that we all came in and we're about to do the challenge, and Jeff is like, you're about to see who was voted out yesterday, looking at Lulu, and we see that it's Sabiyah gone. And the camera cuts to me, and I am livid. Like, I am
that's wild.
You gotta make it. Like, I am so frustrated. I'm so bothered. And I literally, Jeff was like, Katurah, biggest reaction ever. Like, why? And I'm
big reaction for
she
Katurah.
was so strong and powerful, and like, you know what I mean? I'm doing all of this stuff, and I'm shocked that she's gone.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, she got blindsided. I'm over here in a tribe where I'm at the bottom.
Yeah.
So I'm like fighting for my life, right? And I'm praying for a tribe swap so I can get to her.
Yeah.
And now she's gone. And I'm like, come on.
And they even cut Kendra coming to our camp. Like, that was one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right. So Kendra won a reward and came to your guys' camp. Is that what it was?
Yeah, she came to our camp. Ended up getting cut from the edit. Love you, Kenny. But
we love you, Kendra.
She said, at Bello, I have Katurah. So that was something that got cut. I mean, people were like always like, oh, Sabiyah, she was so confident in this and that. But it's like, I had a big reason to be.
Yeah.
Because she was going to be with me and Sean. We were going to be the Rainbow Tribe plus Kendra.
Yeah.
We had
and Kendra, when she went to Sabiyah's camp, she came back to Bello that night and she's like, I met Sabiyah. I love her. And I'm thinking, good, because I already know I love her. Right. And so it's like me, Kendra, and Sabiyah, we're going to be this imaginary thing. Yeah, exactly. And when you look at our social media, like we have all these videos and everything, and it's just me, Kendra, and Sabiyah, and we're like, we know it would have worked so well.
Right, because we love each other. Plus Sean.
And Sean, of course. Fast forward to by the time I go to her camp, Lulu, where she's gone, it's just so crazy because, I mean, a little sad. Like, at that time, I felt so alone, and I had nobody. I know I was alone. And I just was, like, cold at night, shivering, and I, like, found her shirt, and I put it on, and I was like, this kept me warm, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe that was some sort of energetic thing, but I like believed, you know, when you don't have anything on an island and you're starving and you ain't got no allies and you thinking any day I'm about to be me, anything helps. You know what I mean? I was looking at the wind, like, you help, that wins for me. You know, the butterflies, that means I'm going to win this challenge. And so her shirt, her shirt was assigned to me to carry on. It just so happened that we did like 2 water challenges after that. And I didn't have good water shoes. And Caleb was like, where's Sabiyah's shoes? These are here. And we were the exact same size shoes.
No.
No. It's crazy.
Forever there is footage of me on TV, repping her as soon as she gets voted out, wearing her clothes. If you watch her season, you'll see me in her long black shirt and in her shoes.
So that's a cool like thing for us. Is like
wild.
I mean, we all know statistically for Survivor, Black women have a very hard time going deep because the intimidation factor, whatever it is.
Insert every other notion
whether
about
you're
Black
social,
women.
or even if you're not social, like it just depends. Like we've seen it all, and we always go early. There's always a pre-marriage, and then there's like a middle of the game. And, I mean, she obviously broke all of those statistics. You know, but hey, like it's a thing. So,
and that's another reason
I needed
too.
to attach my vote.
Trying to be specifically distant to her is because I knew any slight look at her and I got you, people are gonna say those 2 Black girls are together.
Did you see what happened?
Exactly what happened with her and Caleb. It's just immediately. And so I'm like, if I look like I'm neutral completely, no one can say, well, look, they're together. And then we can go together behind the bushes and be like, I got you. And so when we were in the bathroom at Bonnie and she's doing this, I'm like, perfect. I swear my heart to you. Like in that moment, I'm like, I'm in it. Like I was like everything. and I meant it. And we both felt it.
And then we had to
I will go to the end with you, decided in this moment.
So
and it was like
walked out before me, I waited a little bit, and then I walked out, and then we ended
then we got on the boats and the game started. Like immediately like that. And then when we got our buffs, it was like, fuck, we're not on the same tribe. But we knew that they never put 2 Black girls on the same tribe to start. So we knew it'd be separate. It was just like, now I know I got this guaranteed person. And then my first tribe was so hard and I was so at the bottom and I was like, okay, if I can just make it to the tribe swap, if I can just make it to the tribe swap, my chances of getting with her are going to be better. And then we get to the tribe swap and they're like, Sabiyah, gone. And I'm like,
I was trying to too because it just seemed like things were just exploding all around me. Like I had lost my vote. My idol is stupid.
My idol is stupid.
The candle situation.
And they wouldn't let me melt it on the rocks. They wouldn't let me be creative at all. It had to be by fire. And I'm just like, I'm on fucking Lulu, you know? Oh man, stress.
Basically, to answer your question,
the bathroom.
And then we never saw each other or never spoke ever again until the game ended.
I just have to say out loud I am like sweating. That was
we're shocked.
There's the bathroom.
That's our favorite story to tell. We literally call it the bathroom story.
Okay, yes, and this
like an iconic moment for us. In our life. Like we're just like remember the bathroom.
Survivor's over.
So I sent a text to everybody that was after the pre-merge, you know, and I was just jury or whatever, and I'm like, hey, I know we didn't get to meet. I'm Sabiyah. This is like blurbs about me from Atlanta, Jamaican, whatever. If y'all ever want to call or talk, hit me up. And
I love that.
And I was like, of course I'm hitting you up.
Right. So she was.
I call her.
She called me.
And actually she was like, do you want to FaceTime?
FaceTime, yeah.
And so we started FaceTiming. This is our first FaceTime, first phone call ever. Mind you, we haven't talked since the Pondy bathroom, which felt like a billion years ago at that point.
And you look so different.
And I look extremely different. And
cut my hair.
Yeah, you're lobster gone too.
I just put but I cut my hair because I was just like, I need a release, you know? So I look different. You look all makeup-y and like everybody looks really, really different.
So we start FaceTiming and, you know, I can be a little socially awkward. So I was like, you know, I don't know about a FaceTime initially. I'm very limited with my FaceTimes. You got to be a special person to be in my, you could just FaceTime me group. So I was a little like, I don't know how it'll be, but I genuinely liked her anyway. And I was like, I want to get to know you anyway, fellow Black woman on Survivor. So I FaceTimed her, and it was so natural, so easy. We were laughing. We were like best friends. We talked like over an hour. Yeah, hour and a half. I met her mom. I was like getting ready to go to a party, and like she was on the phone with me the whole time I'm getting ready. We're like talking.
Super cash. I'm like packing up my house because I was about to
go back. Moving, and it just felt natural. It felt like that's how we ended up eventually, like a few weeks later, being like, do you want to be best friends? Like, and I literally kept saying, we're both Virgos.
Like, Black, and we both have like different jobs that are involving service, and then we both were like super passionate people. Love our friends, love to party, love to like. There's just so many different things that we just have like overlapping. I'm just like, oh yeah, she could be.
It felt. I kept hearing myself say, "Do you want to be best friends forever?" And like mean it. You know what I mean? Like in a real, genuine way. And so we tried it for a little bit. We're both involved with different people, and we're hanging together as friends all the time. And I think what changed for it is at some point we realized both of those other people just weren't working out for either of us. And it wasn't like I'm waiting in line, or it was just like she talked to me about her relationship. I talked to her about mine, and they both had fizzled separately, and we were still best friends and seeing each other. And then one time it was kind of like, we always hang out with the cast or with the group of people or with friends. Come to North Carolina. She was like, get out of New York for a little bit. Come by the beach. Hang out. We'll chill here. And I think I ended up staying like a week.
Yeah. It was like basically like we have kind of like duos within our cast. Like a lot of people are familiar with Kelly, Brandon, Drew, Austin, even D Kelly sometimes. Like we have like another one of those, and then Kendra is like our third or whatever. So she was in Hawaii. Kendra just recently went to Hawaii, and I'm like, y'all gotta come down and see me. Like I miss y'all. Like I'm 20 minutes from the beach. I got all this space, all this yard, and she had been complaining about New York feeling like suffocating and
fair enough.
No grass, and I've been here 10 years and and I'm like, well, look around. And we're around FaceTime.
Like, I got
grass. Look,
I got seeds.
And not for nothing, like being in the Marines, it's like kind of lonely. You don't really have a bunch of. I don't look around and I'm just like, look at all these queer Black women around me. It's like I have one that like is Betty, like she's great. But it's one, like I don't full circle.
So I think we just filled something that each of us needed. And it was like, well, great. And then we came here and it was like,
I planned this whole week out because I just wanted her to get the most like out of North Carolina.
Wow.
I don't want to be in Hicktown or whatever, you know what I mean?
I'm like, I don't want to be where Marines are in North Carolina in the middle of, I live in Brooklyn, 21st. Like, I don't
like, well, are we going to be around civilization? I'm like, yes, it's not that bad. But trying to tell a New Yorker that North Carolina's not that bad is, oh my God, you'd swear I'm like moving her to the Amish spot. No, nothing against Amish. Like, geez. So we went to Bloomington. We had great food.
Yeah.
We got an Airbnb that had like an awesome hot tub and stuff.
Oh.
Like, because it's like it's super cheap here. Like you can live lavish. And
not Matt really picking up on the hot tub.
Yeah. Wow.
People that know me. I always have a hot tub in there.
Nice.
Wait,
non-negotiable.
Oh my God. Wait, just side note. That's me too. You need to put on the hot tub filter on Airbnb.
Exactly.
I always keep it on.
Exactly.
Yeah, even when I went to the finale for our season, my house that I got from my family, hot tub. She
plans this incredible week. I mean, down to the T. Like every day, there's a detail, there's an event, and I'm just wowed the whole time. And I'm just like, and I think at one point we looked at each other and we're like, it just feels really good to just be with you, to just do nothing with you, to sit with you, to eat with you, drink with you,
everything.
Like
running around.
We didn't get tired of each other. And we were with each other for 24 hours a day, 7 days in a row. and it was just us.
And we're Virgos, and we're both really type A.
And I don't like to be around people that
I don't. I mean,
I'm a good, strong, all right, we hung out. Okay, bye. You know, and the fact that we didn't get tired of each other. And then that repeated. And then again and again. Then she would come to New York and I would come to North Carolina. Yeah. And eventually we realized we were seeing each other like twice a month.
Yeah.
For like a week at a time each time. It was like I'm spending half the month with Sabiyah.
Yeah.
Mm. And that was even before you kissed, or it was explicitly romantic.
This is before.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What was our first romantic visit?
This is also just like so like obviously I'm like so thirsty for the details on the romance, but I'm just like this is so beautiful. Like to have that foundation of just like deep friendship of like we love spending time together, of let's be best friends forever and mean it. Like that's so beautiful. Like that's so beautiful.
Right. I'm so happy. And then once we added like the physical, it was like, oh,
seamless,
girl. Let's do it. Like, all right, you know. I think that was the only
material.
I mean, both of y'all are literally so hot. This is quite overwhelming.
I know. And by the way. I don't think we haven't mentioned explicit Katurah, your haircut, of course.
Thank you.
Which is just like next level.
Yes.
Here we go.
I'm in a new phase of life. I mean, I'm just really in this period where, you know, I've carried a lot of weight and heaviness and baggage. And I'm ready to shed it. I'm ready to just walk into this new version of myself.
So beautiful and amazing. But like, I just wanted people to like love you as much as like all of our people are like rooting for you and loving you, both of you. And so like to see you together, I hope like Jeff Probst should send you a congratulations note.
Yes.
Like I don't care what he's doing on season 50. Yeah.
Yeah. But I appreciate you saying that, Matt, because like for me, that's what this moment is so representative of. Like when we all have our different journeys of what leads us to Survivor, right? It's not the average person who goes to Survivor. It's a random, cool, kick-ass person with some random coolness to you to even end up on Survivor.
And like slight problems, probably, you know, but that's
okay.
Sure.
Some issues, exactly. We got some triggers, you know, whatever. And I just remember, I thought going on Survivor was my big transformation. And then you go to Survivor and, you know, Survivor cuts you down. Like if you have something that you haven't been addressing, you're going to feel it when you're sitting on an island all alone with no food. Like it comes up. And so I think after that, I was very much like, all right, well, I thought I made my big pivot. And now what do I do when my pivot makes me feel shaky? And so this just feels like reimagining with just me. Like I'm like, I don't need anything else to validate me. I could just be me. I can cut my hair, even though it's terrifying. I can like, you know, just prioritize my glow and my joy. And like, that's a big part of her too. It's like, I'm like, you know what? This feels great. This feels incredible. I'm going to run towards it head first and see. I mean, you know, I was like, I don't fall in love. You know, before that last girlfriend, I've been a serial situation shipper and proud of it.
Do you remember? I was so pessimistic. I was so pessimistic when you told me. Do you remember? I didn't know it was Sabiyah. You were like, I remember very much. You said to me, we were after the Brooklyn like beach drop thing.
Yep.
Yeah. And you were like, I'm kind of like got something going on with a Survivor, but it's long distance and like, you know, she's monogamous and I've never done.
Who did you think it was? We can't talk about that part, but
in my head, the first thought I had was, oh my God, what if it's Sabiyah? That'd be so cool. But then I was like, I was like, there was another super cool, hot, black, queer person on that season. Like, I was like, that would be like the coolest thing ever. But then I was like, that's like too even. I can't even like dream that. So like, then I was like, I don't know why. Then my brain was like, I bet it's Kendra. And I was like, I don't know if Kendra is queer.
Kendra is very straight.
I started this whole thing in my head of like, oh my God, I guess Katurah's like going to Hawaii all the time. Like, I don't know. That was just my best answer. But I was like, I don't know. Like, if that's like never how you've operated, like, how will that go? Like, it has to be like, I was like, it better be like something really that draws you. right?
Yeah,
like there's no dabbling around with like something totally different and more serious and long distance and like whatever.
Yep.
You know, and okay,
and it was.
And here we are.
I don't even. Let me tell you how toxic I've been, and don't worry. It's not still there, baby. It's not there. I would never even post a girlfriend like on social.
Yeah.
Like, you be lucky if he's still around. You know what I mean? And now I'm like, yes, babe, let's like tell the world, because I'm really like, I know how important it is to fight for my joy. And like, it brings me joy. You bring me so much joy. And if it feels great and it's real and it's genuine, why not run for it, take the bull by the horns, and we'll figure the rest out from there. Well, and then we went home. She took me. I'm from St. Louis, and she surprised me and bought me tickets to see Kendrick and SZA. SZA's from St. Louis, and so she's like, SZA's performing, so she flew me there, and that's when we were. We had to go to
the hotel was right by the arch, so I thought it would be cool to have that as a memento. So this is actually on the way to.
Oh my gosh! Wait a minute. These pictures are getting hot and heavy. I'm like, am I old enough for this? Like, what's going on?
This is obviously
Is this New York?
Yeah.
I was like, is she gonna come
I don't
here?
hit it all the time.
Like, there's good stuff in New York.
Right, just you. But yeah, this is on a rooftop with one of our friends.
If you're audio only, you gotta pull up the YouTube. They're just so beautiful together. Like it's really freaking heartwarming.
Yeah, we've literally pretty much been around each other since we started being around each other. Like there's not a moment that we're not either planning to see each other or going to see each other or whatever. We're just it feels good. It feels natural. You can see from all these pictures. We're just it feels easy.
And so you know, I know we're only technically 6 months in. What are we do? We're gonna bounce back. We're gonna do like split time New York, North Carolina. We're scheming about
we're planning by ear right now.
Because I'm like, where is my invite to the wedding?
And I'm like, just keep vibing.
We are 6 months
we
in.
will date for April.
Right. We're gonna enjoy this. We're gonna love this. And honestly, I think the biggest thing is I'm traveling a lot for work now. And so I got my travel buddy. We're going all around, you know. I haven't announced this publicly officially, but I am officially writing a book.
Wow.
It's very exciting. I got a really cool book deal. And so
so you're like writing a book.
Actual book deal.
Writing my memoir right now. And so I've already been contacted. Macmillan Publishers swooped me up, and it was just really cool.
Big deal. Yes.
And she's been with me the whole time. We got the auction for all the book, and I'm meeting with all these publishers, and they're like, come here. And I was just like, who should I choose? And
we've been having
who should I choose? Oh my gosh. How does it feel also? Because I'm sure people said, oh my God, Katurah, your story should be a book. Like, and then it's actually becoming a book.
Yeah. People, once they saw me on Survivor, I think the biggest sentence I heard was, you need to write a book. You need to write a book. You need to write a book. And like I said, coming out of Survivor, it was just so many other things. I was like, I shared my story in front of 8 million people or so for the first time ever in my life. I had never even said, I was raised in a cult before, or I was a child bride before. And now you have millions of people being like, you were a child bride and now you're a civil rights lawyer. What? Tell us how that happened. And I really wanted to give that to people because I knew I had affected and supported and touched so many people, but I had to take a little time for myself first, and I needed to go through that healing. So now this feels like my rejuvenation. This is my, what's that animal that catches on fire? Phoenix.
Yeah. We were just talking about that, like this her Phoenix moment.
Yeah, this is my Phoenix moment.
Even talking, I'm a numerology person. This year is, the year, it's a 9-year, and that's a Phoenix number, just like being reborn. You're about to start a new cycle. Yeah. So we've been going through heavy transition.
Yeah, we have a lot of transition. And she's been by my side the entire time.
So now that y'all are going to be out in the public, you're hard launching. Yeah. What are you most excited for, or like what's your vision now that y'all are public? Like what's next for y'all?
The parade.
Oh yeah, okay. You want to talk about the parade?
Oh, so we love to ask.
Yeah,
we love to ask.
So I know it's in New York, but hear me out. We're going to be on the Audible float with
no way.
Yeah, Squid Game
with Dax. Oh my God, that's so fun!
Wait, did you say with Dash? Oh my gosh!
So, well, obviously Dash, one of my best friends.
Yeah, they're very.
Yes. Oh my God! Wait, yeah, yes. Dash.
Katurah's other couple. I was
really, really.
So he reached out to her, and then she was like, with me. I'm like, yeah, that would be. I mean, I've never been to a New York Pride, so I mean, if New York is good for anything,
the Pride parade is incredible.
It's Pride for parades. So I'm psyched about that. That's gonna be like our first like public outing, I guess you could say.
Yes, and if I'm correct, that's the last weekend of June, right? So if you're listening to this, you can still come to New York and see next weekend.
Exactly.
It's August 29th.
Get over there.
Sunday. Yeah. Whatever that Sunday is. But,
and we're honestly, the parade it's going to be incredible. Just being in New York for Pride, she doesn't know. New York and Pride means, and I'm like, we're gonna have a great time.
It's gonna mean so much to so many people, and we normally end these episodes on: is there anything you'd like to say to queer fans out there, or anyone out there listening, wherever they are in their journey, or searching for the beautiful queer love that you all have? Like anything you wanna send out to the fans out there.
How would you go?
Oh man, no pressure. I would just say it takes time. Like I have so many failures, whether that's love, whether that's career, and don't be afraid to start over. Like I'm a big gardener, and sometimes you just gotta weed everything out, and just start again, and that it ends up being the biggest blossom, biggest blooms that you've ever had. Like I'm not afraid of the pivot. And I feel like in our community, you can't be afraid of the pivot, even if it's closed doors for your queerness or whatever. Just know there is a space for you. There is a person for you. And we are here for you. Yeah. Like you belong with us. And it's okay. Like we weren't the cool, people in school maybe, but we are now. Look at us. I was like semi-popular, but I was still weird. And I'm a fan of the weirdos. And just know we end up on Survivor. Okay, we end up being Marines. We end up running the world, and it's awesome. So that's my love for them.